Okay, welcome to Bio 103, Human Biology. This is just a brief welcome video that I put together to try to help you guys navigate through this Brightspace learning platform. You can see right now I have the section O2A up right now. If this isn't your course, it doesn't matter. They're all kind of organized the same way, so don't worry about that. When you do come onto the home page here, you'll see we got a couple different folders here. These are called modules. One of them has the syllabus in it. One of them has your weekly modules. And then we have one for the lecture notes and lab atlas. Then we have one for virtual hours. So if for some reason you need to meet with me, if you want to have office hours appointment, we would set that up through email and we would access, it's like a Zoom. It's pretty much a Zoom meeting inside here. You open that up and click on it. And then this video that I'm making right now, as soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to put it in here. It's called the welcome video folder. Let's start with the syllabus. If you open up the syllabus will appear. Click on that. And you could read this at your own pace. Let me see. What this is kind of important here. The way I calculate your grade is I'm going to give you 5 lecture exams and 3 lab exams. I know it says drop the lowest. So that's 8 exams. Whichever one out of the 5 lecture exams and the 3 lab exams is the lowest grade, that will be dropped. So even though it's 8 tests at 100 points apiece, because we drop one, that's going to count to 700 points. We make up that 100 points by doing other graded activities. Like, for example, in week 1, I asked you to submit the practice lab page. That was worth 5 points. There will be other assignments as we continue. You're going to have at 3 times, I'm going to ask for specific pages of your lab books, and so those will count as points. I'm going to give you a disorder project, and we'll get to that later, and that will count for. So we will make up the points that we lose from dropping one of these lowest exams, and it's going to come in the form of homework assignments. And then we have our final exam, which is worth 200 points. Final exam questions will be questions that you've seen in exams 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. I don't take questions from exam 5 and apply them in the final, because the exam 5 and the final are given like within a day or 2 from each other, and I don't want to ask you the same questions twice that soon. So you won't see any content from chapter lecture exam 5 showing up on the final exam. All right, as we navigate through the syllabus even further, eventually you get to what's called the schedule here. Everything in this tan color is for lecture. Everything in the blue is for lab, and you could see for module 1, which was the first week, just read all the documents I put in the week 1 folder. Practice using the discussion forum. You should have introduced yourself. I've read many of those. Some of them are still trickling in. And then for lab, all you really need to do is get that lab book. That's the most important thing. Get the lab book. You got to go to the Dutchess Community College bookstore, either in person, get the lab book, or go to the website. There's a website. If you just Google DCC bookstore and Google Bio 103 lab, the manual will appear. You could order it. They could ship it to you, but you have to have it. All right, so once you get that, I ask for you to just take that page 4, sign it, and submit it. I just want to see that you're able to take a picture of a page, turn it into a PDF, and then submit it. And that was worth, it says 10 points. It's actually worth 5 points. So yeah, that was just a practice assignment. In week 2, which I just opened that up, you'll see there's a video in there for chapter 1. I'm going over notes. I'm writing on the notes. You have access to those notes in the module that's listed, class notes and lab atlas. I'll show you that in a minute. And then also in the week 2 folder, there's videos in there where I'm doing the lab work. I'm filling out my lab book. You should fill out your lab book as I fill out mine. Um, you will notice that my lab book is a slightly older edition. So there might be one or two instances where, oh, I don't have that page. Just ignore that. If you don't have a certain page that I have, it's not a big deal. Just ignore it. And then most of the pages that I have, you also have. Obviously, I'm not going to be requesting pages that you don't have. So if there's something that you don't have, just skip that part. Or just wait for that part to pass by, and then it'll match up again. The page numbers in mine don't really match up with yours either, but that's okay. Let's go back to the home page and let's see what we have in the Lab Atlas folder. That is this one here, lecture notes and lab atlas. So when I go over the lab videos and I'm filling out like my lab book, I'll have presentations that I'll be referencing, and whatever I show you in that video, you have access to here. This is just a PowerPoint presentation that has information about the labs, and sometimes I'll make reference to it, and you have it. Now, when I'm doing the lecture videos, all of the PowerPoint presentations for every chapter that we do is here. So as I'm showing you the notes on my screen and I'm writing on the notes, you could print yours out and write the same thing on yours. I'm not going to be asking you to submit anything as far as lecture notes, but I will be asking you to submit pages from the lab book. All right, so when we go back to the home page and you click on Content Weekly Modules, this is where our weekly folders will appear. And you can see the week 1 has been made visible. There's a welcome page. There's a link to the books. The welcome video is not visible to you because I put it somewhere else. I'm making it right now. There's the discussion forum where you have to introduce yourself to the class, and there's that assignment. It says it was due yesterday. Just ignore that. I'm going to change that due date right now, actually, because I know many of you haven't gotten your lab books yet. So I'll change that due date now. All right. And then week 2, you'll see there's a video here. We click on that, and it's just me. And I have the labs up, and I'm going over the labs, and I'm writing on my lab. So as you play that video, you could have your notes handy, and you could write on yours. All right. Also in this week 2 folder, we have the lab 1 video. And again, I have my lab book up. I'm writing in my lab book. Whatever I write in my lab book, you should write in yours. All right. All right, so that's it. So let's go back. Actually, let's go back to the home page. I do have some announcements that I make. I will be making an announcement at least once a week, and you can access those announcements right from the home page right here. It says week 2. I just posted this a few minutes ago, and then I realized the video that I first put up, my microphone wasn't working, so I had to delete it, and now I'm making it this same exact video all over again. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. We got the syllabus here. We have our weekly folders here. The link for Zoom is in here. All your lab materials and your lecture notes are in here. And then this video that I'm doing right now, as soon as I'm done with it, I'll put it in there. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to email me. We could set up an office hour. I think that's about it. Okay. All right. Best of luck. I hope you enjoy the class and have a great semester.